Good morning to everyone watching the Bulletin. We're right here in front of the Standerton Town Hall, Lekwa Town Hall, with members of Samwu, and they've invited me to bring their side of the story. So I'm going to speak to a number of them. What has happened for 3 weeks so far, we've had strikes and protest actions here in Lekwa, and they've handed a memorandum over to the Lekwa municipality. Now I've highlighted only a few of these that I want to talk, and I'll put everyone, all the rest of the demands onto the video, and we're going to speak about a few of them and ask what is going on. But there's 23 demands here, and all of them are equally important. So we're going to see if we can get some clarity on this one. And as you can see, the whole, the management and a few others are here with me as well. So we're going to look at that. I'm just going to read the first part first. It says here, the South African Municipal Workers Union on Lekwa level has come to a conclusion that the municipal manager be put on suspension with immediate effect pending the investigation because of the following. So I'm going to discuss that just now. But we discussed something quickly before the time, and I said when we read through this, and I want to get this question out because this is important to all of us. Why only the municipal manager? Why are we not talking about the mayor as well?
Okay, thank you. My name is John Nkosi, and I'm the deputy chairperson on a local level. The municipal manager is the accounting officer. We deal with municipal managers and the municipal manager and her HODs and her manager on an administration capacity. We are not politicians. Our issues are locally are labor-based, and they are not political. That is why we are saying that the accounting officer has failed us again and again. For the entire 3 weeks, she has failed not only us, but the community of Lekwa.
All right, so it's quite important because we always think that we have to include the mayor in this, and you've made it quite clear the mayor is not included because this is not a political movement, this is a workers' movement. Okay, let me ask you, one of the questions, the first thing that you said was the PPE, and it says employees are concerned about their personal safety and PPE. We had a quick discussion on that, but what is the problem with PPE?
Hello everybody, I'm Nompumelelo Zimi, the secretary for Samwu locally in Lekwa local municipality. The reason why we are fighting so much about our PPE, it's because we are exposed into situations that puts our lives at risk. We've got meter readers who are supposed to taking meter readings on a daily basis, but when they get to the meters, they'll find snakes inside, there'll be frogs, there'll be beehives inside, and there are no gloves or anything to protect them for those dangerous species that they may find inside the meters. We've got people that are working at the waste department. They're picking up the dirt that you see that the community has thrown here in the building. It's almost 2 months or so that waste hasn't been collected in Lekwa. Because number one, our trucks are not roadworthy. The discs have expired. The tires are worn out. Moreover that, the employees, their health is at risk. You find them having to work without dust mask, without goggles, without gloves, and look at the situation around. There's COVID, and we expect them to be there doing their work without being protected. People are supposed to be cleaning the streets on a daily basis. They have to buy the black bags from their own pockets.
Yeah, I
they
heard
don't
that
have
there was no black bags bought for a very long time.
No black bags, no rakes, no gloves. I can sneeze, I can blow my nose, throw the tissue with my COVID. The next thing, the lady or whoever is supposed to pick that tissue up, and we're exposing those people to risk.
Yeah, you are.
We're exposing them to risk on a daily basis. I'm a committee officer. I'm supposed to be working with a computer. It's been almost a year without a computer. If ever I need to work, I need to ask the next person, can I please type this? If you need to print, you need to run around the building. If you need to print, you've got to have a memory stick. Run around the building doing door-to-door from one office to another, looking for cartridge, looking for whatever. This entire municipality, this big building, look at it. It's big, but you won't find a printer inside that works properly. You won't find a photocopy machine. You won't find a scanner, but you're supposed to be executing our duties on a daily basis. The fire workers, they're supposed to be extinguishing fire around town, yet they're using a bakkie, a small bakkie. I don't know even that kind of a bakkie. I don't even know the name of that bakkie, with a small water tanker inside. Do you want to tell me a house can be extinguished with a water tanker about this size, about my size?
But I heard that you've got no fire engine.
There's no fire engine. There's no fire engine.
Yeah.
A fire engine was bought, or I don't know whether it was bought, was leased.
Yeah.
From a company in Joburg for 500,000, but it came here being told it's not in a proper working condition.
So they send you a broken fire engine and expect it to work from there.
And it was paid up front, 500,000. Why?
You've also mentioned the when you said the tires, you've also mentioned to me that the licensing disc is not roadworthy. So the municipal trucks and the municipal equipment is not working. It's not roadworthy.
It's not roadworthy. You'll find employees from the from the sanitation department. They will go fix the sewers and come back and sit at the back of the bakkies with all those materials that they were using. There are no sanitizers. Where's the safety there?
Yeah.
There's no safety.
All right.
The guys from the electrical department, we've got employees that got burnt because the substations are not maintained.
Yeah.
They're exploding on a daily basis. Their lives at risk. People are getting electrocuted.
What is the response back from the municipality at this stage regarding all your demands and everything that's happening?
At this stage, we haven't had a session where we would sit down with them. Yes, at times there would be grievances written from that department to another. But at the end of the day, there hasn't been a proper channel where we sit down with the municipal manager or management to discuss our issues seriously.
And that is why you've got a strike going on.
That is why
action.
That is why we have this going on. The guys from the fire department, when they're supposed to come into this building, let's say this building is burning, they should have these the oxygen tanks that they carry with them so that they cannot inhale smoke.
Yeah.
They don't have that. Do you expect them to go in there and inhale smoke and risk with their lives? Basically, what we are fighting for, it's proper working conditions. It's not like we don't want to work. We want them to put measures that are conducive for us to do our daily duties. We're tired of running around to ensure that the job is done.
All right. I'm going to go to another point now, because we understand that you can't work without proper equipment. We understand that, and the point is valid. But you also, I just want to go back to the risk allowance that you spoke about. You said that also, let me read this. We demand that danger risk allowance immediately be paid from the beginning of the lockdown period to those who've been working. And then also there's no plans, as far as I understand, that you said the COVID.
Okay. Thank you very much. My name is Mratua. I'm an employee and a software in this municipality. Yes, we are saying in our memorandum, all of them as they are important. But we are saying if they want us to come and work in this municipality, we are supposed to be having a COVID-19 plan. On that COVID-19 plan, we were going to discuss everything that is adhering to lockdown legislation. But at the municipality, they keep saying that they do have that plan. They're going to provide it to us, but even to today, they didn't provide us with that plan. So we are saying, how are we going to operate in this situation, because we'll be risking our lives, and then in that time they don't fumigate, we don't have all those materials that our colleagues has mentioned here. So in the issue of risk allowance, as they indicated, the risk that we are working in, we are saying we need that COVID plan so that we can discuss all of us and find out how can we reach the same understanding with the management, but they refuse.
All right, and then
just in addition there, on a risk allowance, remember that we have to have a danger allowance or a risk allowance per se that is supposed to be paid to workers who work during COVID-19, who are essential workers. And since the beginning of the period of the COVID-19, that has never been implemented. In fact, the accounting officer has misinterpreted the COVID-19 regulations, stating that on level 3 she cannot come and meet the union at the chamber, while she herself has spent more than 1.6 million to make sure to put classes and make sure that social distance is kept there. so that we will come and meet and solve our issues. But since then, she has not been coming to the chamber, where we have to sit the local labor forum meeting and draft the policy that will make sure that employees are compensated for working during COVID-19 period.
On your demands, you've got two points that I still want to clarify. The Lekwa municipality is using external lawyers while you've got people inside. That is the one that is one of your demands that I want to discuss quickly. And then your last demand is that you say the municipal manager be put on special leave and a forensic investigation be done. Now, I thought that has already started, but let's hear you on that one.
I think on that one, we are having an LLF committee that my colleagues have been mentioning now. All these demands are on that. We've been discussing them on the LLF committee since the municipal manager being in the office. Those demands have been discussed. And we have quoted the legal manager and the labor relation manager because they are part of that LLF. So we are saying we've been discussing this with them. So they never advised the municipal manager correctly as a legal manager. So we are saying as Samwu, let the legal manager they must audit the qualifications and first find out if he does qualify to be a legal manager now. And then we are also saying the same thing with the labor relation manager. We never saw any advert in this municipality of the labor relation manager, but hence today we are having the labor manager relation, which we believe is that he doesn't qualify. So we are saying let the same investigation be done and found out how does he was appointed before to become a labor relation manager. Okay. And then on the issue of the municipal manager that he must leave, we are saying the same thing. She's been part of the LLF and then she knows exactly what are we crying off loud. So we are saying she must leave because we believe that she should have managed with the legal manager and labor relation manager to sustain the situation before it even arrives here, because he should have attended to those things. And we are saying it's not he didn't only fail the workers at LLF by not adhering to whatever resolution we're discussing at LLF, but he has also failed the whole community because he can't even account to the Auditor General when he arrives here. We have an audit report that has mentioned a lot of money, the amount of 47 million that the accounting officer can't account for that money. And then we are also saying it's not only the audit report that we are having, we are also having a forensic report that was done by SAPS. So it means there was an investigation that was done before they compiled that report. Yeah. So we are saying based on that report and based on the LLF that he has failed the workers, and based on the fact that he also didn't adhere to the Auditor General when he was requesting those documents, he must leave here. They failed dismissal. Here and the legal manager and the manager labor relation are arrogant and negligent. And we are saying the fact that even when this process begin, we requested to dismiss them, but they removed. Instead, that when the PwC organized that we must meet them, when we arrived there, they called the police to come and shoot us instead of coming here and discuss with us. So we are saying she must leave, and we are saying we are not going to adhere to anything because we recognize ourselves that we don't have a municipal manager, not because of LLF only, but because the Auditor General that is working together with National Treasurer and SALGA that is reporting to, it says he has failed based on the audit report. And the SAPS, the police of this country, is saying there's a criminality on her office. So we just want to clarify that it's not only us, but even the forensic research, they are saying she's corrupt, she must leave. And the other thing to the community, there is this mentality to the community that we have been switching off the electricity, the water and everything. This thing has started long time ago during the first thing when we are saying we're going to lock down, the municipal manager opened this office, operated with the temporal staff and the manager labor relation and the manager legal, they draft that a schedule and then provided it to the supervisor of the electrician without even consulting them. But working together, the three of them, they've been owning this whole municipality.
So they're responsible for switching on.
So they are the responsible of switching on the electricity when and how. And that had affected the community because once you switch off the electricity, even the pump station for water doesn't operate. So this is obvious. You won't be able to wash the water every 20 minutes because you don't have your water. So So strategically, the three of them, they are strategizing of killing this community of Lekwa because they are arrogant and they don't care and they are neglected, and it is clear that they don't qualify to lead this progressive municipality. This municipality is ours and we'll defend it till the end.
Yeah.
Thank you.
All right. A closing word. I like everybody enjoys what you've said, and you've said it very well. Thank you very much. A closing word from you.
To add on what Comrade Mratua just mentioned right now, at the beginning of lockdown, when the managers of technical services decided to switch off the water because there were no chemicals to clean the water, instead of ensuring that there are chemicals to ensure that the community of Lekwa gets clean water, a criminal case was opened against those employees. They were arrested because they couldn't feed the community the dirty water. So instead of dealing with issues internally, she takes issues outside. We were standing here expecting her as our municipal manager. We still regarded her as a municipal manager. When she was supposed to come and meet with us, instead she went to the High Court to open a case of interdict against us.
And who paid for that?
That's our main question. Who's going to pay for those legal fees? The municipality is just being exploited on a daily basis.
Thank you for watching the Bulletin. We'll bring you more news as it happens.